What's going on? This is Pedram and I'm coming to you from Pedram TV. And today in this video, I want to talk about how to overcome addiction. That's right, how to overcome addiction. And I'm going to talk based on my own experience in recovery and based on hundreds of people I spoke to over the years who are actually suffering from addiction. So first of all, if you're first time you're coming across my channel, I'm a recovering addict. I've been suffering from addiction from young age, all the way from 5-6 years old, all the way to now, which I'm actually working on my recovery. And my mission here is to help as much addict as possible, because it's really and truly a meaningful work. It's kind of work that has the potential to help men or women who are suffering from addiction, to help them live a better quality life. That's right, a better quality life. And let's get into the video. Let's talk about how to actually overcome addiction. That's right, how to overcome addiction. And the way you overcome addiction is you gotta let go. You gotta let go. And you gotta let go because part of being or becoming an addict is control, wanting to control reality or curve reality or live the kind of life you want as a person. And if you dig deep and really look into actually where addiction comes from, and speaking from my own experiences, part of it was because I was trying to control this reality. And right now, to an extent, I'm still trying to do that. And part of letting go, part of recovering from addiction is to completely let go from your addiction, or completely let go from life, and no longer want to shape or control the outcome. I don't know if that's making sense, but you gotta let go. You got to live life on life terms, and you got to accept reality for what it is. Looking in my own life, my addiction was primarily me trying to control the outcome, meaning I'm trying to say what's going to happen in my life. I'm going to determine what kind of a job I'm going to get. I'm going to determine what kind of a partner I want. I'm going to determine exactly what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen in 5 minutes from now, and what's going to happen in 2 hours from now. And if you face life, if you really look at life, look, we don't even know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. We don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow, or whether even we be here or we will still be alive by tomorrow. And overcoming addiction is just, it's just about letting go and living life on life terms. That's right, living life on life terms. And the best solution I find to do that is the 12-step program. That's right, the 12-step program. After I therapy, I've read countless of personal development books. And what's odd about addiction is that actually the more you learn about it, the more you're trying to become this smart guy, the more of an addict you become. And intellect can only get you so far. At one point in your life, you got to start unlearning the things you actually learned in order to become spiritual, or in order for you to become this whole person, right? It's about unlearning process. What did I do over the years that actually hurt me? Me trying to manipulate reality, me trying to manipulate my career, manipulate partners, manipulate different situation in order to get the outcome I wanted. You see, that's the thing about addiction. It's all about what you want and what you can take from the world. And recovery teaches you how to give instead of to taking, and how to accept life on life terms. In other words, giving and abandoning your life to God, and your primary relationship, the most important relationship in your life, is the one with God. And that's what you're going to put as number one. And everything else in life becomes secondary. So this relationship we are looking for. And yes, it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to say, oh, wow, let's get a relationship with God. It's not. It usually doesn't come that easily. Now, some people have these profound spiritual experiences, but most people, it takes a lot of work, just like anything else in life, you know. Whether it's having a good career or whatever that might be, takes work. You see, it takes certain practices. I cannot just say, look, I want to have a relationship with God. There you go. From this time, I'm going to get the relationship I want. It takes work. It takes prayer. It takes meditation. It takes removing your character defects, whether that is jealousy or whether that is anger, resentments. It takes practices. It's about service. It's about giving. It's about getting closer to God. And there are certain action you can take to get closer to God. Just like when you want to go to gym, if you want to train, if you want to get a decent, healthy body or become a healthy person, what you focus on is training, taking the action. You cannot just say magic, like, oh, and then start having a good body from right now, you know, and say, I just want that. It takes some practices. It's same with letting go and living life on life terms. It takes some practices. It takes some work. It takes dedication. It takes focus. So the way you overcome addiction is letting go. And various different programs, look, offer you different solution. By the end of the day, it took you years to develop this addiction, and it will probably take you years to undo it. Now, it might not take you as much as all the years that it took you to develop the addiction, but it will take us some time. And whoever comes and tells you, I have this pill you can take, or I have this course, or I have this, and you can just go through it and that's it, you overcome addiction, or I can just, I don't know, you name it these days, install a wire on your brain and there you go, you are overcoming addiction. It will take years before you actually learn how to overcome addiction and unlearn all the things and break all the bad habits you've been building all these years. Now, I want to share with you my knowledge. I want to share with you what I've learned over the years with my own addiction and all the other people I've worked with to help them overcome theirs, right? It's about letting go. It's about no longer wanting to try to control the outcome of your life, no longer wanting to be in charge. It's about letting go and letting God do the work for you, about accepting life on life terms. You see, most of us get very happy when we achieve something in life or when we win. But how about all the time we lose? How do we deal with those times? You see, that's what most people won't tell you. They talk about winning, but they don't talk about losing. And a lot of life is about losing. It's about being able to handle adversity, because let's face it, even the people who are really, really successful in life are the people who are managed to bounce back from adversity and manage to come back from adversity. So whether you like it or not, adversity is a big part of human being life. And instead of saying, oh, I failed, you know, maybe there was a reason for you to fail, because end of the day, we're learning more from failure than we ever do from winning, right? So it's about accepting life on life terms, letting go, not being attached to the outcome so much, not wanting that career or wanting that spouse, you know, or wanting to say exactly what happens in every step of my life. Because let's face it, again, we are human. We have a single track mind living in a multiple track universe. And as confusing as that sounds, all this means is we can only think of one thought at a time, right? And we live in a universe where there is millions, if not billions of things happening simultaneously, so in the same time. So we do not have the capacity to be able to process so many things. And we're just not as powerful as we think we are as a human being. As powerful as we are powerless, right? We are powerless over ourselves, our lives, the things that happens to us. And the sooner you accept this, the sooner you can let go. Being able to knowing your weaknesses is actually a strength, because you get the courage to ask for help. And if you want to succeed in life, it's important to ask for help. It's really, really important to ask for help. Now, some of you might say, oh, I do not want to ask for help. I have a big ego. I can't do it myself. But if you look at life of every successful person, then nobody ever has done it alone. So I don't want to make this video long. It's already getting a bit long. The gist of it is surrendering to God, surrendering to life, living life on life terms, not wanting the things you want, and just letting God to bring the stuff in your life. Now, if you read the scriptures, right, and if you do research, you will get to this. This is the message that's been trying to be shared for thousands of years on how to live a happy life. It's letting go and letting God, not wanting to control the outcome, not wanting to control reality, not wanting to control every part of aspects of your life, and letting go, because when we let go, better things comes to us. God knows more about what's good for us than we do know about ourselves. Now, I'm not saying not to plan, not to have goals. No, I'm not saying that. But letting go, not pressuring. When things are not working out, backing out, or just being patient, and increasing that relationship with God will ultimately bring you a better life than the one you can manage yourself. Because let's face it, you cannot manage life. And if you don't believe me, look back in your life on how many times before bad things happen, things didn't go your way. We don't know what's going to happen. And it's important to believe that God can do for us what we cannot do for ourselves. It's critical here. So if you're stuck with addiction and you're suffering and you want to live a happy life and your life seems to be chaos and you want to bring order. Now, I am not perfect. I am still looking for answers, but I dedicated my life and I'm still in looking to bring you whatever it might bring you to succeed, whether that is scriptures, word of God, reading, working with other addicts. I am also searching for the answers, because just like you, I am a human being too, and I'm a recovery taking place. And I want to share with you my journey and what I have done for my recovery. And I want to share that with you. So if you enjoyed this video, if you like this video, and you want to hear more, you want to learn more, go ahead and subscribe, share this video, leave the comment below if you need a particular video, or if you need help with your addiction. I'm actually doing, for a limited amount of time, I am taking on one-to-one coaching. So if you're suffering from any kind of addiction, whether it's food, pornography, right, or watching Netflix, I don't know, you tell me what your addiction is. But we live in a time and age where most people suffer from some kind of addiction, whether it's social media or codependency, you name it. It's important to be able to overcome it and live your best you. Because let me tell you before I go, until you don't overcome your addiction, you cannot live the best you. And no one can give that best you but yourself. You got to do the work and do whatever it takes. So I'll put the link in the description. Click on the link, book a best time and date that suits you, and I'll get on Zoom with you, giving you one-to-one support to overcome your addiction. And if you want to learn more about addiction in general, and you want to live a good life, a life of complete, well, you never be complete, but a good life and working in progress, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on another video. Take care.